Lin Moyu saluted Luo Chang'an, and Luo Chang'an only responded lightly. He looked at Zhu Qian. I don't have any tea here, so I won't entertain you. Just let it go. Zhu Qian didn't bother arguing with Luo Chang'an. I didn't expect to drink any tea at your place. I came to you this time to verify a new law. If there were no regulations, the elders of the Temple of War God must participate in the verification of the new rules. You think you are willing to come to you, an old fellow. Luo Chang'an also didn't pay attention to Zhu Qian's words, but looked at Lin Moyu. You mean, the little guy discovered a new law? Zhu Qian corrected him. It's not discovery, it's control. Luo Chang'an became interested. Let's see. Zhu Qian also signaled Lin Moyu to come out and have a look, but he was also a little curious. After receiving the information from Renwang Network, they rushed over. They didn't know what new law Lin Moyu had mastered. There are thousands of laws in the big world, most of which have been discovered. It is not easy to discover a new law now. Lin Moyu spread out his palm, and a cloud of gray and white air appeared on it. Luo Chang'an glanced over and said at the same time, the law of death, the law of life. You merged them. Zhu Qian also looked over. At first he also thought it was the law of death and the law of life, but after a closer look it didn't look like it. It seems different. This is a complete law, not as simple as the fusion of the law of death and the law of life. Luo Chang'an felt it carefully. It is indeed a complete law, not the fusion of two laws. The two had vicious eyes, and soon determined that the law in Lin Moyu's hands was indeed a complete law, not a fusion of two laws. The fusion of the two laws, no matter how high the degree of fusion is, will be different from the complete law. Just like a piece of paper is torn apart, no matter how well you put it together, there will be traces. But the law in Lin Moyu's hands is not there, it is perfect. Lu Changyu and the other three were also carefully examining the rules in Lin Moyu's hands. The three of them are also gods, and they are 8th level gods, and their vision is also not bad. They can also see that the rules in Lin Moyu's hands are complete and not weak. How is it tilde? Zhu Qian asked, and the person who asked was naturally Luo Chang'an. Luo Chang'an nodded his head. It's indeed a new law, yes, I don't know how powerful this law is. Zhu Qian smiled and said, it won't be bad. Luo Chang'an looked towards the star array next to him. Try it. You really have to try it to know. Zhu Qian pointed to the star formation. Shoot the law to the star formation, use all your strength. Lin Moyu followed suit, and the laws of the whole body were mobilized instantly. The 6th level of Super God, the control rate is 6%, this will not change. Then based on this, as long as the specific power of the law is calculated, one can know which level and echelon the law belongs to. However, everyone knows that the rules in Lin Moyu's hands are at least those of the 2nd echelon. This can be roughly judged from the breath fluctuations emitted by the law. A vision rose above Lin Moyu's head, and a gray and white star emerged. The gray and white air billowed around the stars, covering a distance of 1 kilometer. The star formation made a mighty sound and shone brightly, blocking Lin Moyu's law field. Zhu Qian showed joy. You have mastered the domain of laws. Lin Moyu nodded. Coincidentally, I just got it right. Not bad. Lin Moyu became more and more perfect. Zhu Qian liked it more and more. It is really a pity that such a person is not recommended to be the city lord's disciple. Luo Chang'an's eyes flickered, and although he didn't speak, some of his micro-expressions had already betrayed his heart. Zhu Qian warned with his eyes, I am not allowed to rob people. Luo Chang'an also responded with his eyes, can you control it? You can try. Just try it, I'm afraid you won't succeed. The eyes of the two turned into sharp blades, and they confronted each other in the void. Lu Changyu and the other three were a little dumbfounded. They knew more or less about the affairs between Zhu Qian and Luo Chang'an. These two people have been arguing for many years, and they have long been used to it. Lin Moyu expanded the field of laws, and threw the law of immortality into the star array. Since both Luo Chang'an and Zhu Qian let him throw it, there must be no problem. With my own strength, if I hurt the star formation, there would be ghosts in the regiment. The big star formation shone slightly, and the immortality method seemed to hit an extremely solid wall, and spread out on the big star formation. Luo Chang'an felt the information sent back from the star formation, and his eyes showed a little shock. Zhu Qian couldn't help asking, how is it? Luo Chang'an gave Zhu Qian a blank look. Why is it so urgent? The 2nd level of the true God. Hiss. Zhu Qian took a breath. It's crossing the border, are you right? Luo Chang'an swore to the sky, I'm going to make a mistake, so let Zhu Laosan eat shit. Zhu Qian glared at Luo Chang'an, no one would swear that he would take the blame. But now is not the time to worry about these things, now is the time for Lin Moyu's law attack power to cross the border. Lin Moyu doesn't quite understand what it means that the law has crossed the border. But he knew that his laws should be strong. Zhu Qian said, Hongyu, please explain. Of order, master, Zhu Hongyu complimented respectfully. Only then did Lin Moyu know that Zhu Hongyu was Zhu Qian's disciple. Zhu Hongyu looked like a beautiful woman in her 30s, with a beautiful appearance and maturity everywhere. The voice is slightly hoarse and magnetic, and she is a rare beauty. Zhu Hongyu explained, generally speaking, according to the rules of the third echelon, any level can exert its power. The laws of the second echelon can exert power beyond their own level. Most of them can cross 2 to 3 levels, but it is difficult to cross borders. Such as the law of death, even if it can cross the border, at most it can exert an attack power close to the first level of a true god when it is at the peak of a super god. Only the rules of the first echelon can truly cross the border. You are only the 6th level super god, but you can play the 2nd level attack power of the true god, and you have already crossed the border. Zhu Qian looks at Lin Moyu now, just like looking at a treasure. And it's a super baby. He asked, what is this law called? Lin Moyu said, the law of immortality. The law of immortality. The name is a bit strange. Luo Chang'an whispered. Zhu Qian snorted, you know what a fart. You understand. Why do you say it's called the law of immortality? Luo Chang'an asked back, he didn't believe that Zhu Qian could know. Zhu Qian chuckled, little friend Lin, call a skeleton to show this guy. Lin Moyu looked at the 2 old children and felt a little amusing. He summoned a skeleton god warrior. Luo Chang'an frowned, skeleton. He stared at the skeleton and looked it up and down. It is obviously a skeleton, but it contains vitality and soul. I remember that in the big world, there used to be a race called the undead. The skeleton carried the aura of the law of immortality, and with Luo Chang'an's eyesight, he could tell it at a glance. What he said made Lin Moyu slightly surprised. Are there really undead in the big world? Are the undead just like me? Zhu Qian waved his hand, it's not the same, I checked the information on the undead specifically, and it's completely different. It can make dead creatures regain their lives. It's called the laws of immortality. I think it's very appropriate. Luo Chang'an looked at Lin Moyu, this is the law you discovered. It's up to you to name it. The old man has no objection. Zhu Qian asked, so, you have confirmed it. There's nothing hard to confirm. Luo Chang'an said angrily. The facts are in front of you, there is nothing to confirm. Just confirm, let's carry out the soul seal. Zhu Qian took out a white jade ball the size of a head, and left a soul imprint on it. Then hand the white jade ball to Luo Chang'an. Luo Chang'an held the white jade ball, and a beam of light shot out between his eyebrows and landed on the white jade ball. Luo Chang'an's aura also appeared on the white jade ball. Then Zhu Qian handed over the white jade balls to Lu Changyu and the other 3. If you have no problem, leave a soul mark. Of course, there will be no problem for the 3 of them, each of them has left a soul mark on the white jade ball. Finally, the white jade ball came to Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu could feel the soul marks of the 5 people, among which Zhu Qian and Luo Chang'an's soul marks were the strongest, almost equal. It shows that the souls of the 2 people are almost the same, and their strength should be about the same. Relatively speaking, the soul power of Lu Changyu and the others is much worse, and they are not at the same level as Zhu Qian and Luo Chang'an. You also leave your own soul imprint on the law ball, and then inject your magic into it until it is fully filled. After Zhu Qian finished speaking, he asked again, it should be possible to leave a gland mark. Lin Moyu said, yes. It's not the first time he has done this kind of thing, of course he will. With a slight movement of the soul, the power of the soul rolled out and got into the law jade ball. The complexions of several people changed drastically again, and they were even more shocked than when Lin Moyu showed the law of immortality before. Zhu Qian exclaimed, 4th grade soul. Lin Moyu nodded, I just broke through a few days ago. Antares once told him to keep a low profile and not to show his soul quality casually. But after entering the big world, Lin Moyu felt the situation of the human race, and with these gods in front of him, he knew that these people would not harm him. Therefore, he showed his soul quality generously. Zhu Qian murmured, a 4th rank soul, a 4th rank soul. The 4th grade soul shocked him so much that even Luo Chang'an was speechless. After waiting for a while, he finally uttered 2 words, pervert. Lu Changyu and the others were a little speechless apart from being shocked. Zhu Hongyu bit her jade teeth lightly, monster. Lin Moyu didn't know whether to laugh or cry, why he suddenly became a pervert and a monster. But similar words, Antares also said. Zhu Qian looked at Lu Changju and the 3 of them, you 3 guys, what is the quality of your soul when you are in the supernatural realm? The 3 smiled wryly, but did not answer. Zhu Qian snorted, look at him, and then at you, don't be ashamed. The 3 of them still smiled wryly and remained silent. The 3 of them are also geniuses, otherwise how could they have become the masters of the world, and even cultivated to the 7th level of God Venerable? But compared with Lin Moyu, it is far worse. When they were in the super God realm, their souls were only 2nd grade. Lin Moyu left his own soul imprint, and his soul imprint was only a little worse than Zhu Hongyu and the others. Judging from the soul seal, Lin Moyu's soul quality is at the same level as the 3 of them, and they are all 4th grade souls. And the souls of Luo Changken and Zhu Qian should have reached the 5th rank. Then he began to inject his own laws into the law Jade Ball. After the law was injected, the law Jade Ball began to shine. As more and more laws are injected, the light on the law Jade Ball becomes more and more intense. Until the law is completely filled, at this time the law Jade Ball has completely changed its appearance. It is so bright in Lin Moyu's hands that the light is so dazzling that people can't open their eyes. It is gray and white, and looks like a miniature version of a strange planet. There is life in death, and death in life. The law Jade Ball transformed into a law star. Zhu Qian took the law Jade Ball from Lin Moyu. Okay, this is your law star, and it will appear in the law sea in Shencheng in the future. This mission of yours can be regarded as a successful completion, and the round reward will notify you later. Old man Luo, let's go first, thank you for your cooperation this time. Luo Changken snorted, get out, don't come if you have nothing to do in the future, and don't even think about things if you have something to do, the old man doesn't want to see you. You can't help it. Zhu Qian laughed loudly and led everyone away. On the way, Zhu Qian asked, can you comprehend the law of immortality through strange stars? Lin Moyu thought about it, but he wasn't sure. It should be possible, but it's not easy. Zhu Qian said casually, the law of the 1st echelon is so difficult. There is more than one strange planet, and there are also in the city of God, but no one has ever understood the law of immortality from it. You are the first. Lin Moyu quickly explained, I didn't comprehend the law of immortality through the strange stars. In the small world, I had already mastered the law of immortality. It was only through the strange stars that I realized something and strengthened the law. Zhu Qian nodded, I know, no matter what, Qixi Xingchen does have the law of immortality, but those people are too stupid to realize it. A group of guys still call themselves super geniuses and monsters, but now it seems that they are not farts. Okay, the old man will take care of the next thing, you can do whatever you want when you go back. Cultivate hard, do the task hard, don't be proud. Zhu Qian is like an elder, teaching Lin Moyu earnestly. I won't let up. At the time of parting, the 3 of Zhu Hongyu sent invitations to Lin Moyu, inviting him to come to the galaxy as a guest. The 3 of them were very enthusiastic about Lin Moyu at this time, and even implicitly expressed that they had some good granddaughters in their family. Lin Moyu recalled what Zhu Qian said. In the law sea of Shencheng, there are many law stars. Lin Moyu has already understood the model of Renwang's practice field. The Sea of Laws is real and exists in the Divine City. It is the treasure of the human race and one of the most important inheritances. There are many laws and stars, which are formed by the sages of the human race, at the end of their lives, condensed with their own life essence. They are the tombstones of the sages of the human race. There are also some law stars, like Lin Moyu did, using law jade balls to form. But in that way, the law of stars cannot last for thousands of years. Every few decades or more than 100 years, the injection of laws must be carried out again to maintain the existence of the stars of laws. The stronger the strength, the stronger the law, and the longer the interval between each time. The laws and stars are located in the City of God, and the human emperor's practice field projects the Sea of Laws and laws of the City of God, and displays them in a virtual world. Then through the law of time, practitioners have more and longer comprehension time. But that projection is not complete. Zhu Qian also said that there are still some laws and stars that cannot be projected, and you need to go to the City of God to see them. Back to star 98 to 1, this time the mission was finally completed. Exceeded expectations, very satisfactory. What I did before was to verify the task I submitted. A brand new rule, and it is still the first echelon rule. Lin Moyu is also somewhat looking forward to what reward he will get. It is estimated that the reward will not be small. From a distance, Ren Qiang was waiting at the door of the mission center. The guy looked anxiously, looked left and right, and when he saw his eyes lit up. Lin Moyu instinctively felt that this guy has a younger sister in his family, right? Ren Qiang greeted him, still looked left and right, and said cautiously, "The domain master is gone." "Let's go, why are you so afraid of them?" Lin Moyu asked. Ren Qiang took it for granted. "I'm timid, but that's the domain master, and he's not an ordinary person, how could he not be afraid?" Then Ren Qiang continued to ask, "Why did the domain master come to you because of someone?" Lin Moyu half-jokingly said, "Master, you said that he has a granddaughter and wants to introduce me." "No, is it true or not?" Ren Qiang's eyes lit up, and he stared at Lin Moyu in disbelief. "Fake, they are here to verify the mission. Verification task." Ren Qiang didn't understand even more, what other tasks needed to be verified by the domain master himself. According to the rules of Renwang Network, Lin Moyu couldn't disclose the detailed mission information. He could only say, "It's a third-level mission to explore a strange planet." "You know the rules. There are some things I can't say." Ren Qiang naturally understood. "I understand, but I seem to have heard of this task." "It's not important, so how are you doing now, have you completed it?" "It's been verified, it's almost here." Just finished speaking, a message has been sent from Renwang Network, and the task reward has arrived. Complete the task of exploring strange planets, and reward 1,000 work points. Discover the route of the strange planet, an extra reward of 10,000 points. Discover the law of immortality, an extra reward of 10,000 points. Identified, the law of immortality is the first echelon law, and successfully created the law star, an additional reward of 1,000 days for the Emperor's practice field. Note, regardless of level. The first 100% mission completer will be rewarded with an additional 100 days of human Emperor training field. Note, ignore the level. Looking at the rewards one after another, Lin Moyu's eyes couldn't help but shine. This reward is too generous. The total points have reached 21,000, and they are all task points, which can be used to increase the authority. The most important thing is that the human Emperor's practice field has 1100 days more time, which still ignores the level. If it is put into the God King rank and used again, it will be of great value. Looking at Lin Moyu's appearance, Ren Qiang knew that the mission rewards he got must be a lot. With envy in his eyes, the rewards are good. Lin Moyu nodded, "It's really good." Ren Qiang sighed, "I'm really envious. Geniuses like you can always get some extra rewards for doing tasks, but people like me can't do it. You can only do it step by step." Lin Moyu thought, actually, it's good to follow the steps step by step. The competition in cultivation is not who walks faster, but who can walk farther. Ren Qiang's eyes lit up. "You're right, my idol is Seagod. Even if I'm not a genius, I'll keep walking like Seagod, without stopping." Lin Moyu patted Ren Qiang on the shoulder. "Come on, I'm optimistic about you. Seagod Venerable has a lot of fame in the human race, and there are many stories about him in history." 0 for flowers. It is said that stepping Seagod Venerable started in the infancy, without extraordinary talent, nor outstanding talent. Compared with other geniuses of the same period, he has no brilliance, and does not have a strong sense of presence. When people of his age had already become god kings, he was not yet a true god. When others become gods, he has just become a god king. Cultivation is not as good as human beings, like fighting, and there is little chance of winning in battles at the same level. But he is like this, step by step, walking unswervingly. Suddenly, those geniuses who were walking very fast, when they got stuck at a certain level of the god, they found that the sea god was catching up little by little. The distance between Sea God Venerable and them is getting closer and closer until they are at the same level and finally surpassed. Stepping on the god of the sea came to the end of the god. At that time, there was a race called the Juhai race, which had conflicts with the human race. Stepping Sea God Venerable killed the past alone, and single-handedly leveled the giant sea tribe. At that time, everyone realized that the former geniuses had been left behind by him. Stepping Sea God Venerable didn't have too much talent, but relying on his own unremitting efforts, he finally surpassed the heavenly group of the same era. It is indeed a good goal for Ren Qiang to regard him as an idol. Lin Moyu's task was completed, and Ren Qiang also shared the special task he got with Lin Moyu. Special task: clean up the Heshwen clan. The Heshwen tribe is the great enemy of the human race, one of the alien races that invaded the human race hundreds of millions of years ago. Enter the secret realm where the Heshwen tribe lives and clean it up. Restrictions: no one from the Heshwen tribe will be spared, and no chicken or dog will be spared. Completion conditions: clean up at least one Heshwen stronghold. After the task is completed, scores will be given according to the cleaning situation and rewards will be given. Notes: the Heshwen race is a special stone race with extremely strong defense and attack power. They are good at physical attacks and physical laws. They have super fighting abilities and strong resistance to elemental laws. It is recommended to complete this task with at least 5 people. After Lin Moyu finished the mission, is this a tempering mission? The task is not really to let them go to the Heshwen clan. Going to the Heshwen clan with their little strength is not called performing a mission, but giving away their heads. The task is carried out in the Renwang network. There is no danger, it can be regarded as a trial. The reason why it is called a special task is that there are indeed many particularities. This is a special task in the virtual world of Renwang network. The location is in the border of the human race. Special missions will not be restricted by authority and activity area, and in Renwang network, you only need a thought and pay the corresponding points to reach it. After paying 15 points, Lin Moyu and Ren Qiang came to the entrance of the secret realm. This place is already the edge of the Terran territory, followed by other races. Many people focus here, and not far away is an entrance. The special task that Ren Qiang got was not the only one. Many people got this task through various channels. These people, called their friends, came here, and entered the secret realm to perform tasks. In addition, there are some people who stay outside the secret area, waiting for other teams to be short of August 17th, so they can bring one of themselves. A special task is special because it can be performed multiple times. However, the points obtained in the secret realm are not included in the mission points. It can be used as money, but it cannot be used to elevate privileges. Renwang network will not allow any loopholes to exist. Hey, bro, do you want a thug? I am a 7th level super god, and my combat power is comparable to an 8th level super god. I am definitely a gold medalist. I have entered the secret realm 5 times, and I am very familiar with all the hidden points in the secret realm, so I can guarantee the maximum benefit. Lin Moyu and Ren Qiang were surrounded by people as soon as they arrived here. Because there are only 2 of them, it takes at least 5 people to pass through the Black Mystery secret realm. Everyone knew that they were short of people, and they came up to sell themselves one after another. Ren Qiang quickly refused. He refused quickly, but more people surrounded him. After finally squeezing through the crowd, I finally came to the entrance of the secret realm. Ren Qiang couldn't wait to activate the task. With urgency in his embarrassed appearance, Lin Moyu looked a little amused. Blame, only blame, those thugs, too enthusiastic. This feeling made Lin Moyu think of the copy in the small world. There seems to be a similar situation at the door of some dungeons. Very familiar, somewhat nostalgic. There was a faint light on the 2 of them at the same time, and then disappeared at the entrance of the secret realm. The atmosphere in the secret realm seemed a little depressing. The sky here was half dark, and there was always a layer of faint black clouds in the sky. The light of the stars can be seen through the black clouds, and most of the light of the stars is blocked by the black clouds, making the whole world very dark. The strong wind howled, and the wind here was also slightly black, mixed with a lot of gravel. Snapped. Ren Qiang's face was suddenly hit by a small stone, and Ren Qiang couldn't help making a strange cry. The clothes on his body were shining, protecting him. Obviously, this is a good defensive device. Lin Moyu didn't have such clothes, and the bone armor was shining at the moment, blocking the broken stones blown by the wind. He snatched a piece of gravel out of the wind. Black stones are extremely solid. It took him a lot of strength to crush it. It is said that the world that the Heshwen people live in is like this. There are flying sand and rocks all year round, and the wind keeps blowing. In addition to being good at physical attacks, the Heshwen tribe is also good at the law of wind element and the law of stone element. Ren Qiang explained that since he entered the secret realm, he seemed a little nervous. Lin Moyu observed the surrounding situation. This is the world of the Heshwen clan. Of course, it is just a virtual world constructed by the Renwang network. It's just that Renwang's network is too realistic, and it's hard to tell the real from the fake. Lin Moyu understands why Renwang Network wants to build such a world. It is a training for practitioners. This is the first real contest with a foreign race. If it is carried out in the real world, casualties are inevitable. If it is placed in Renwang Network, there will be no such problem. Accumulate experience in the contest with foreign races, and if you encounter foreign races in the real world in the future, you will not be in a hurry. After a while, the strong wind passed through, and the surrounding area became relatively quieter. Ren Qiang had no idea at this time, where should we go? The scenery in all directions is about the same, there seems to be no difference. Lin Moyu thought for a while, actually, it's the same everywhere. This is a virtual world created by Renwang Network, so it should be the same as the real situation. The Hexuan clan also live on the stars, so no matter which way they go, they will eventually end up where they are. Ren Qiang's eyes lit up when he heard this. It makes sense, so where should we go? Lin Moyu pointed in the direction, just over there, go and have a look. In the direction that Lin Moyu pointed, there are many high mountains, among which several high mountains are like Liren, straight into the sky. In addition, there are many mountains and forests. Ren Qiang has no idea at the moment, and Lin Moyu can do whatever he says. The pitch-black mountains, one after another, rise and fall, endlessly. There are no trees in the mountain, only black boulders. Most of these black boulders are still, but some are rolling around in the mountains. Lin Moyu and Ren Qiang looked at him from a distance. Ren Qiang said, "This is the Hexuan clan. The black stone is the skin, and the black iron is the bone, so they are called the Black Xuan clan. In the final analysis, it is a special stone-like life form. There are many wonders in the big world. Lin Moyu has seen stars turn into life. It is not surprising that life forms are mere stones." At this time, a high mountain suddenly roared, and the black stone on it woke up at the same time. A pair of eyes-like things appeared on the black stone, looking at Lin Moyu and Ren Qiang in unison. "It was discovered," Ren Qiang exclaimed. Lin Moyu casually said, "If you can see them, they can naturally see you too, there's nothing strange about it." The mountain roared, and thousands of Hexuan people rushed towards the two of them like lightning. The Hexuan people are huge in shape, as if crushed by several high mountains. A big knife appeared in Ren Qiang's hand, ready to strike. With a light touch of Lin Moyu's finger, a white light flickered in front of his eyes, a dark wind blew up, and the roar of dragons shook the sky. The undead army appeared in front of the two of them and took the initiative to meet the Hexuan tribe. The giant bone dragon sprayed out 1.1 blazing breaths, with undead flames, corroding everything. The Death Knight launched a charge and bumped into the Hexuan clansmen. The huge impact knocked all the Hexuan people flying towards them. Ren Qiang heard a few hoarse cries, as if they were screams. The whole bodies of the Hexuan people were covered with silver flames, and the law of immortality eroded their bodies. The surface of the black stone was cracked, exposing the metal-like bones inside. The undead army didn't stop. The skeleton dragon quickly caught up, and its sharp white bone claws crushed the Hexuan tribe to pieces. At this time, the undead army rushed into the mountain, like an unstoppable army, rushing in like a torrent. Killing intent flashed in Lin Moyu's eyes. He was never soft on foreigners. This is true in the small world, and it is also true in the large world. Under the impact of the army of undead, the Hexuan people were defeated and collapsed at the first touch. Ren Qiang, who was ready for the big battle, was stunned. He knew that Lin Moyu was very strong, but he didn't expect it to be so strong. The strength he knew of Lin Moyu was only the strength he had in the human emperor's arena when he was at the 3rd level of super god. Now Lin Moyu has reached the 6th level of super god, and his strength has doubled, enough to rival a true god. How could the Hexuan clan of the 4th and 5th ranks of super gods be Lin Moyu's opponent? He was crushed by the undead army on the spot. While Ren Qiang was amazed, he was disturbed by the murderous aura on Lin Moyu's body. He couldn't imagine how Lin Moyu could have such a strong murderous intent. Ren Qiang, who grew up in the big world, is used to the comfort in the big world. All the roads are paved by the predecessors and sages, and he doesn't understand the cruelty in the small world at all. In the big world, only when you reach a certain height can you face the wind and rain. Unlike the small world, it has to experience wind and rain early in the morning. Lin Moyu has been fighting since he changed his job, until now. The monsters and alien races who died under his hands are countless. Those were real battles, not like the virtual world of Renwang Network. If you are not careful, you will really die. This kind of experience is beyond Ren Qiang's imagination. Shocked by Lin Moyu's murderous intent, Ren Qiang murmured, "Brother Lin, have you killed many people?" Lin Moyu nodded, "I have killed a lot." Ren Qiang probably guessed, "Is the small world where Brother Lin came from so dangerous?" "Well, it's dangerous." Lin Moyu didn't explain too much, and Ren Qiang didn't continue to ask. Each small world is different. Some small worlds are harsh, while others are stable and peaceful. Apparently the small world where Lin Moyu was born was very harsh. Looking at the rampant undead army, Ren Qiang felt that the small world where Lin Moyu was born was really dangerous. Otherwise, it would be difficult to cultivate a murderous person like Lin Moyu. Ren Qiang sighed. From this point of view, Brother Lin is really a qualified fighter. When Brother Lin reaches the true god level and has level 4 authority, maybe he can consider the front line, participate in the battle, and gain military exploits. The area occupied by the human race is very vast, bordering on multiple races. On the border, there are constant disputes, and the flames of war have never been extinguished. Many Terran warriors fought on the front lines. It is precisely because of the existence of these people that the internal stability of the clan can be achieved. Many practitioners will go to the front line after meeting the requirements. Either fight freely, or fight in groups, or directly join the army. No matter which method is used, it is for the human race. Lin Moyu had planned for a long time, "I will go." Since coming to the big world, the comfortable life has made Lin Moyu a little uncomfortable. He has long been used to fighting in the small world. When he meets the conditions, he will go to the front line. Grow up in the flames of war and become stronger in the flames of war. In addition to killing aliens, you can also earn military merits. In the big world, military merit also exists, and the role of military merit is still very large. This is the same as small world, there is no difference. Gu Qingxuan once mentioned to him that when her authority was raised to level 4, she would also go to the front line to accumulate military merits. If you want to enter the city of God, military merit is also very important and indispensable. Ren Qiang had envy in his eyes. "I'm so envious, I don't know when I will be able to go to the front line and kill aliens." Lin Moyu shook his head and said, "The front line is very dangerous. When I was in the small world, many people died in battle every year." Ren Qiang laughed and said, "But, if we practitioners don't go to the front line, who should go? I borrowed a saying from the Buddhists, I don't go to hell, whoever goes to hell." Lin Moyu was slightly taken aback. "Buddhist?" Ren Qiang nodded. "Brother Lin, you haven't heard of the Buddhist race, right? It's a very special race, powerful, but friendly with all races, and has nothing to do with the world. I also know about the Buddha clan from some family records. If Brother Lin is interested, you can look up the information about the Buddha clan when the authority comes up." Lin Moyu thought of the Buddhism in the Chinese world in his previous life. In Buddhism, there is also such a sentence. If it is exactly the same, every word is not bad to share. Could this be a coincidence? Lin Moyu thinks it's not a coincidence, there should be something in it that he doesn't understand. Boom! A high mountain in front exploded, gravel flew randomly, and black clouds billowed in the sky. A huge boulder flew out of the high mountain, and the boulder deformed in the air, growing hands and feet. In this world, the Hexuan clan has reached the 7th level of Super God, and their strength is much stronger than that of the Hexuan clan. Ren Qiang said in a deep voice, "This Hexuan clan should be the leader of this tribe." In the short time he spoke with Ren Qiang, the Hexuan tribe in the mountains had been almost wiped out. According to the structure of the Hexuan tribe in several nearby mountains belong to the same tribe. And each tribe will have a leader. I didn't see the leader before, and it turned out that the leader was hidden in the mountain. The 7th level of Super God is considered powerful. If the people who came to carry out the task were all practitioners like Ren Qiang, it would take several people to besiege it together to take it down. Can face Lin Moyu. A few skeleton dragons swooped down in the air, spraying the dragon's breath on the tribal leader. The skeleton god warriors flew up one after another, the giant axe in their hands burst into dazzling light, and swung countless powerful attacks. The tribal leader who had just come out was shattered on the spot, turned into a pile of rubble and fell from the air, hitting the ground with a bang bang bang. The 7th level of Super God is really not enough to see. Hexuan kept screaming, and the scream spread far, far away, and all the mountains and forests in the rear shook. Hundreds of powerful auras are rising. Ren Qiang's face changed drastically. No, we killed too fast. They are asking for help. Lin Moyu wondered, too fast. Ren Qiang immediately explained, the Hexuan tribe is too intelligent. If we kill slowly, they won't call for help. We can clean it up little by little. If we kill too fast, they will feel the danger and send out a distress signal. The nearby Hexuan tribe will come to rescue. Lin Moyu chuckled, isn't that just right, saving me from looking for them one by one? Ren Qiang was stunned for a moment. Normally, they should take a step back, and then wait until the situation of the Hexuan clan subsides, and then fight back. But Lin Moyu obviously didn't want to do that. More and more powerful auras came to life and rushed over. The black clouds rolled in the sky, and the Hexuan people turned into boulders, flying towards them like meteors. Lin Moyu snorted softly, and a large army of undead appeared around him again. There are only a few hundred Hexuan people, but the undead army released by Lin Moyu has exceeded tens of thousands. Moreover, every skeleton completely abused the Hexuan tribe in terms of combat power. Countless is crushed without any suspense in terms of numbers or individual combat power. The undead army engulfed all the Hexuan people in an instant. Ren Qiang felt that the most correct decision he made was to find Lin Moyu to do this special task. Even with a 30 to 70 share, his income far exceeds that of performing tasks with others. And based on his understanding of Lin Moyu would never cheat himself. But what surprised him was that it was Lin Moyu's murderous intent, which was a bit serious. It is conceivable that Lin Moyu was born in a small world with a harsh environment, and it seems to be a matter of course again. Under the ravages of the undead army, all the Hexuan tribes in several nearby mountains and forests were killed, leaving no one left. The ground seemed to have been paired, and Lin Moyu didn't spare any of them. In the Hexuan clan, there are also clansmen who have just been born. They are not strong, but they are also killed. Cutting the grass does not remove the roots, and the spring breeze blows and regenerates. Either don't kill repeatedly. In the confrontation between races, kindness to the enemy is cruelty to one's own people. There used to be some cultivators who were like the Holy Mother, who spared some newly born aliens. As a result, after they grew up, they in turn killed many human races. From then on, whoever is kind on the battlefield is a sinner of the human race and will be nailed to the pillar of shame in history. The human race can allow the cowardly and the cowardly, but it will never allow the benevolent to the alien race. In the human race, there is a popular saying, the Virgin destroys the entire human race. Whoever wants to be the Virgin Mary and overflows with sympathy will be spurned by everyone. Ren Qiang is like this, and he deeply agrees with Lin Moyu's approach. Lin Moyu doesn't even know how to be a virgin. He has been fighting all the way from the small world, and his desire to kill aliens has long been as firm as a rock. After plowing several nearby forests, Lin Moyu unleashed more undead legions. A whole 500,000 undead army scattered in all directions. It is conceivable that wherever the undead army passes, there will be no grass. Ren Qiang was so idle that he put away his weapon and sat down on the ground. Brother Lin, you will make me appear incompetent. Lin Moyu said with a smile, then why don't you get a few Hexuan people to come over and let you beat them? Don't. Ren Qiang waved his hand, it's a good thing to be bored, this is simply too cool. The rewards this time will certainly not be less, but unfortunately, the rewards for this special task are not counted into the points for increasing the authority. Lin Moyu asked, are there many special missions like this? Ren Qiang nodded, not many, but not too few. Almost every cultivator has to experience it several times. Those adults, in the process of our cultivation, want us to have an understanding of alien races in advance. Lin Moyu can fully understand the arrangement of the higher-ups of the human race. Most of these missions are carried out in the Renwang network, which is safe and can gain combat experience, with no harm at all. At the same time, the Renwang network can also harvest a lot of information. From the battles against alien races, the strengths and weaknesses of each practitioner can be analyzed. Information such as the strength of the increase in combat power, the performance of actual combat power, and so on. Some people have a high level of cultivation, but they don't necessarily have strong combat power. Renwang network will record this information and finally form a comprehensive evaluation. For those with strong growth ability, Renwang network will not pay special attention. While chatting with Ren Qiang, the Undead Legion has completely cleaned up the surface of the entire secret realm. In the secret realm, there were a total of 2,000 Heshwen people, all of whom were cleaned up. Even those Heshwen clansmen who hid in the most corners were all found out, and none of them escaped. When Lin Moyu told Ren Qiang this number, Ren Qiang sighed with a slightly exaggerated expression. This is the most relaxed guest I have ever been in my life. It's so cool to be able to get things done just by sitting still. Unfortunately, there are not many such opportunities. Brother Lin, you are destined to soar into the sky. I will try my best to catch up, but 9 times out of 10 I won't be able to catch up. If there are any benefits in the future, remember to be a brother. Lin Moyu smiled slightly. You will also become stronger and stronger. I borrowed your good words. Ren Qiang took out a jade card, which is the mission card representing this mission. After activating the task card, Ren Qiang shouted angrily, hand in the task. The task card is automatically lifted into the air, shining brightly. Then it exploded in the air like fireworks. After testing, the special task, cleaning up the Black Mystic Realm, has been completed. Mission completion 100%. Completion speed evaluation, excellent. A total of 20,000 reward points, please distribute. This piece of information was directly displayed in front of Lin Moyu and Ren Qiang. It is clear that nothing can be faked. The power of the task amount is still in the hands of Ren Qiang, who is the owner of the task card. Without him, even this secret realm cannot be entered. Brother Lin, why don't you take some more? Ren Qiang looked at Lin Moyu, who didn't move a single step during the whole mission, feeling a little embarrassed. Lin Moyu shook his head, according to the prior appointment. Lin Moyu was very firm, as much as agreed in advance. Ren Qiang nodded, then I will have the cheek to take it. As agreed in advance, Ren Qiang took 30%, 6,000 points. Lin Moyu got 14,000 points. 14,000 points is not a small amount for a cultivator at the super god level, and can buy a lot of things. But Lin Moyu has no interest in super god level things. Now his points have reached 91,753, which is not a small fortune. Among them, the task points are 55,850, which is still a little short of the 100,000 points of the 4th level authority. After the task was completed, a secret exit appeared beside the two of them. Ren Qiang sighed, backquote, unfortunately, this time I still couldn't find He Xuanjing. Lin Moyu asked strangely, what is He Xuanjing? Ren Qiang said, the Black Xuanjing is the treasure of the Heshwen clan, and it is also the origin of the Heshwen clan. Without the Black Xuanjing, the Heshwen clan is not very strong. The laws they control basically belong to the rule of 3 echelons. But once they are integrated into the Black Profound Crystal, they will transform. Through the Black Profound Crystal, they can control the law of killing, which is the law of the 2nd echelon. As a result, the strength of the Heshwen clan has greatly increased, and it has become one of the strongest clans in the big world. Someone once obtained the Black Profound Crystal in this mission, but the chances were very low, but unfortunately we didn't get it this time. Lin Moyu has already plowed the entire secret realm, but he couldn't find the Black Mysterious Crystal, so there must be no firmness. Ren Qiang was not disappointed about this, he took it for granted. Lin Moyu asked strangely, but isn't this the virtual human sovereign online world? So what if you get the Black Profound Crystal? Ren Qiang chuckled, you don't understand this. Although the Renwang network is virtual, it also has a connection with reality. If you get the Black Profound Crystal here, of course, you just got the virtual Black Profound Crystal. But Renwang network will really give you a Black Profound Crystal in the real world. Back then when our human race fought against the Heshwen tribe, we killed many strong Heshwen tribes and obtained many Heshwen crystals. Lin Moyu was slightly taken aback, it's still like this. Ren Qiang smiled, Renwang network is amazing, don't be surprised, it's just a normal operation. Lin Moyu realized that he still underestimated Renwang network. Renwang network is not a pure virtual world, nor is it simply mapping the things of the real world into the virtual world, nor is it just using the law of time in the sea of laws to give the human race more time to practice. Although the above is already very remarkable, it is still far from the limit of Renwang network. Connecting virtual reality to reality, Renwang network has achieved the ultimate. Lin Moyu is similar, and there will definitely be more in-depth discoveries in the future. Now he has only seen the tip of the iceberg of Renwang's network. The rewards obtained in the virtual world can also be obtained in the real world. Ren Qiang said, let's go, the probability of this thing is too low, I just think about it, there are not many people who have gotten it in history. If someone has obtained it, it means that it must exist in the secret realm. Lin Moyu doesn't think Renwang Network will engage in any probability problems. The purpose of Renwang Network is to cultivate talents for the human race. This kind of training is all-round, combat power, observation ability, cultivation base and even character. To find He Xuanjing, what is needed should be observation. Lin Moyu thought for a while and didn't leave. I want to look for it again. Ren Qiang's eyes lit up. Brother Lin, are you interested in He Xuanjing? Lin Moyu shook his head. This is just one of them. I just want to look around and see where the black profound crystal will be hidden. Ren Qiang didn't slap Lin Moyu in the air, and sat down on the ground again. Okay, you can go find it. I'll wait here at 497. He is the leader of the mission. As long as he does not leave, this secret realm will not be closed. But after a while, Lin Moyu was nowhere to be seen. Instead, I saw Lin Moyu with his eyes closed, as if he was closing his eyes and resting his mind. Ren Qiang asked strangely, aren't you going to find He Xuanjing? Lin Moyu smiled, already at me. Ren Qiang was a little puzzled, but Lin Moyu didn't explain much, and Ren Qiang wouldn't ask. The undead army is his eyes. Hundreds of thousands of undead are searching in the secret realm, which is much more useful than him searching alone. The ground had been plowed and was empty. In the process of searching, it was plowed several times, but it was still not found. There are many mountains and forests in the secret realm, which have also been searched by the undead army. Every stone was turned over, not even a pebble was spared. After looking for a long time, I still didn't find it. Since there is nothing on the earth, it is either in the sky or underground. The undead army was divided into two groups, all the way directly flew into the sky. The strong wind howled in the sky, rolling up a large amount of gravel and wind and sand, flying continuously in the air. If He Xuanjing was blown into the sky, it is not impossible. Another undead army is looking for places like caves. Since there are mountains, there may be caves, and maybe He Xuanjing will be inside. Another half-day passed, and after Lin Moyu searched patiently, he finally found something. On a hill only over 200 meters high, 100 kilometers away from him, a crack was found halfway up the mountain. After the crack was smashed open, a cave was revealed. There are no caves in other mountains, but it has, and this alone is enough to explain a lot. When the cave was smashed open, a strange aura flew out of the cave and quickly spread to the entire secret realm. The breath carries the power of law, making people feel an astonishing killing intent. Even timid people will feel a chill all over their bodies. Ren Qiang snorted, Brother Lin, you found it. Lin Moyu smiled, I should have found it, let's go and have a look. Okay, I also want to see what He Xuanjing looks like. The two flew over together, and soon came to the mountainside and entered the cave. The cave meanders down to the mountainside, and there is another universe in the mountainside, and there is a huge space. The two saw He Xuanjing, a prismatic crystal the size of a fist, suspended in the air, shining brightly. The crystal presents a strange black-gray color, and the black air around it is like a snake, constantly flying. Every strand of black air exudes the aura of law. The law of killing, really the law of killing. Zai Chang let out 10 exclamations. Lin Moyu also felt the law of killing, and the killing intent was very pure. But in his eyes, He Xuanjing is somewhat similar to the domain god stone in his soul world. The murderous aura accumulated over the years is stored in his own domain god stone, and the murderous aura almost turns into liquid, making the entire domain god stone dark. The domain god stone full of murderous aura is at least 5 or 6 points similar to the black mysterious crystal in front of him. Ren Qiang's eyes were shining. It is said that through He Xuanjing, it is possible to comprehend the law of killing. That is the law of the second echelon. If you can really comprehend it, then let it go. Lin Moyu asked, has anyone figured it out? Ren Qiang thought about it for a while, with disappointment in his eyes. It seems not. Those who got the black profound crystal eventually sold the black profound crystal. The law of the second echelon is too difficult to comprehend, but He Xuanjing can also be sold for a good price, at least 100,000 points. But Brother Lin found it, and I can't take any of it. Although Ren Qiang is a little timid, he knows how to advance and retreat. He knows exactly what to take and what not to take. Even if Lin Moyu doesn't want He Xuanjing, he can't take it. Lin Moyu looked at He Xuanjing, and then his eyes gradually moved down. If you want to get He Xuanjing, you have to pass his level. Only then did Ren Qiang discover that there was another member of the Hexuan tribe under He Xuanjing. He just woke up, a pair of eyes suddenly appeared on his pitch-black body. The powerful breath reverberated in the cave, and Ren Qiang was taken aback. Super God 9th level. Lin Moyu shook his head. It's not an ordinary 9th level Super God, it's the pinnacle of Super God. No way, Brother Lin, don't scare me, you mean he can use the law domain? Ren Qiang exclaimed, with a look of fear on his face. The peak of the Super God refers to the 9th level of the Super God who has already cultivated the field of law. Although they are both of the 9th level of Super God, but there is a law field, these people are much stronger than the ordinary 9th level of Super God. Lin Moyu nodded. Since we entered the cave, we have actually entered his law domain. Ren Qiang turned into a bitter face. This is troublesome. Although it is impossible to die in the Human Emperor's network, the Human Emperor's network is too real. Die once in it, the experience will be no different from reality. Lin Moyu said, there will be a little trouble. The Hexuan clansman recovered completely. He held the Hexuanjing in his hand and let out a roar at the same time. The whole cave vibrated suddenly, and the two of them felt their bodies sank, as if an invisible mountain was pressing on them, making it difficult for them to move. Ren Qiang said, the law of gravity. The Hexuan tribe is good at physical laws, and the law of gravity is one of them. The entire cave was roaring, the mountain was shaking, and it was constantly dissolving. What should I do? At this time, Ren Qiang had no idea at all and could only turn to Lin Moyu for help. Lin Moyu was still calm and calm. It's okay. With a flick of the finger, a strange black and white star slowly rises. The gravity falling on the two of them disappeared instantly. Law field, I will. Lin Moyu opened his law field. The law of immortality belongs to the laws of the first echelon, and the law is stronger than the law of gravity, which is only the third echelon. Even though Lin Moyu is only at the 6th level of Super God, he is 3 levels behind the Hexuan clansman in front of him. In terms of law tilde principles, you can completely defeat the opponent. As soon as the two laws came into contact, the gravity law field collapsed instantly. When Lin Moyu's law field was fully opened, the Hexuan people had been completely suppressed. Ren Qiang was taken aback. Lin Moyu's strength once again refreshed his 3 views. The 6th level of Super God, the field of law, is unheard of. With a point of Lin Moyu's finger, dozens of grey air emerged out of thin air, wrapping around the Hexuan people in an instant. The extremely solid stone decays quickly and loses its vitality. As if hundreds of millions of years had passed in an instant, with a gust of wind, it was shattered into gravel. He was corrupted by the power of death in the law of immortality, and died very simply. Lin Moyu frowned slightly, and he felt that his rules had changed. The power is much greater than before. It is not the relationship of the field of law, but the power of the law has really increased. He quickly checked his information. The law that I originally controlled has changed from the law of death and the law of life to the law of immortality. He knew that Renwang Network had already revised its rules. According to the rules and stars provided by itself, as well as the previous demonstration, Renwang Network got the correct data of its own rules. The reality is mapped to the virtual, so that the power of its own laws becomes stronger and synchronized with the real world. Ren Qiang stared blankly, not daring to say anything, yes. Otherwise, Lin Moyu stretched out his hand, and He Xuanjing had already come into his hand. At this time, a message was displayed in the secret realm. He Xuanjing has been obtained, please distribute it. The power of distribution is still in the hands of Ren Qiang. Without hesitation, Ren Qiang directly chose He Xuanjing to belong to Lin Moyu. He can also choose He Xuanjing to be his own, but he will not do such a short-sighted thing. Lin Moyu's strength has already made him extremely frightened. Having such a friend is far better than having such an enemy. Even the Super God Peak can be solved easily. He believes that Lin Moyu will have the strength to match the real God. It means that Lin Moyu can fight across borders. How could such a super genius be offended? Ren Qiang is not a fool, he would not do such a short-sighted thing. After Ren Qiang made his choice, Lin Moyu received the news that someone would send He Xuanjing to Lin Moyu, and Lin Moyu just had to wait. At this point, the task is truly complete. In fact, the Black Profound Crystal is the ultimate reward for this mission, but it is a pity that very few people can get it in the end. Don't say it's hard to find. Even if you find it, there are still the Heshwen clan at the peak of supergods, so it's not so easy to deal with. After leaving the secret realm, a lot of voices came from my ears, and it became lively in an instant. There are still many people outside the secret realm. A gang of thugs are looking for work for themselves, hoping to earn points. Everyone has their own way forward. Although the ways are different and the paths taken are different, the goal is the same. Walk. Just as he was about to leave, the entire human emperor network suddenly vibrated. Thunder and lightning flashed in the sky, and hundreds of millions of meteor showers flew from afar, passing overhead. The meteor shower dragged a long and gorgeous tail flame and flew into the deep space. Then the second batch, and the third batch. Batches of meteor showers keep coming. The sky and the earth roared, and an inexplicable sadness suddenly appeared on the Prison Phoenix network. Some people had a sore nose and tears flowed down involuntarily. The performance on Renwang network has also affected the reality, and countless people are also crying in reality. Lin Moyu felt deep sadness, but he quickly shook off the emotion. What happened? Lin Moyu wondered. These meteor showers were extremely abnormal, and the sudden sadness was also abnormal. With tears in his eyes, Ren Qiang couldn't help but exclaimed, combining the stars' tears. Lin Moyu asked, what is meteor tears? Ren Qiang said, the deity fell, and the falling stars turned into tears. Lin Moyu was shocked. You mean, a god has fallen? Infected by grief, Ren Qiang choked up a little. Whenever a god falls, there will be meteor tears on the human sovereign network, and our human race loses another god. Is it because of the war on the front line? But it's still peaceful for now. Lin Moyu is a little puzzled. The human world has been considered peaceful for nearly 1,000 years. Although there are still battles on the front line, the battles are not intense, and it is far from the level of the gods going to the battlefield. It can only be regarded as some situational wars. Well done, why did the gods fall? Lin Moyu even wondered if it was the god who entered some dangerous area of the big world and eventually fell. 0. Ask for flowers. Some places in the big world are very dangerous. Even the gods will fall if they are careless. God Venerable is very strong, but not immortal. Ren Qiang said, the Renwang network will announce the information soon, and then we will know which deity has fallen. Ren Qiang's sadness gradually improved, and the meteor tears gradually dissipated after a few minutes. Renwang's network regained its calm. But everyone knows that this calm is only temporary. Everyone is waiting for information, wanting to know which deity has fallen and why. Soon, everyone saw the corresponding information in front of their eyes. Obituary: the god of night rain is revered in the Vermilion Bird Starfield. The southern border was besieged by the demon clan. He was thirsty after fighting hard, and he did not fall. God Yu detonated himself before death, and died with the gods of the demon race. As soon as the news came out, Lin Moyu and Ren Qiang exchanged glances. It turned out to be the hands of the demons, and the incident happened at the southern border of the Suzaku star field, not far from the number 98 galaxy where they are located, only more than 400 light-years away. More than 400 light-years, compared to the whole big world, can only be regarded as a very short distance. Ren Qiang trembled all over. Could it be a war again? Lin Moyu said lightly, if you want to fight, then do it. The human race has never been afraid of war, and the history of the human race is the history of war. Regardless of the small world where Lin Moyu was born, or the big world where he is now, the human race has all been killed. Ren Qiang was a little worried. The demon race is also a top strong race, no worse than our human race. If they fight, it is estimated that countless galaxies will be destroyed. Lin Moyu thought for a while. I don't think there will be a large-scale war, but a local war is very likely. Ren Qiang thought, the most recent war between us and the demon clan was more than 2,000 years ago. At that time, our human race won, and the demon clan suffered a lot of damage. It has only been 2,000 years, and they should not have recovered. For some other reason. Lin Moyu is still wondering why the well-behaved demons suddenly want to attack Lord Yu. And why did Lord Yu appear on the border? The difference between Yu God and Yifeng God is just one letter, so will there be any relationship between the two? Suddenly, the starry sky of the entire human sovereign network suddenly turned blood red. Corpse. The starry sky of Renwang network turned blood red, and one could even see blood flowing in the starry sky. Scarlet, in the meaning of the human race, represents ominous. The moment he saw the blood-colored starry sky, Ren Qiang said tremblingly, "The war is really coming. Inter-ethnic wars are brutal, meaning a lot of death and countless sacrifices. But war is inevitable, and in the big world, it is commonplace. The demon clan invaded our border, and in the Suzaku starfield, all practitioners of the super god realm are not allowed to leave the galaxy for the time being, waiting for orders. All true god realm and god king realm practitioners, prepare for battle. All missions in the Vermilion Bird starfield are suspended, and Renwang's network is temporarily closed." One piece of information was passed on, and it was known by everyone in an instant. Whether it's in Renwang's network or in reality, as long as they are cultivators above the super god level, they will all get the information. At this moment, Renwang network has become the most excellent communication soldier, who can instantly deliver various instructions to everyone with incomparable precision. After only 1 minute, everyone was forcibly withdrawn from Renwang network. Even if it's on a mission. Their mission status is recorded and will continue when the war is over. Back in the real world, Ren Qiang still had nervous eyes. "I didn't expect that the war really came, but it was too early." Lin Moyu could see that he was very worried in his words, as if he was afraid of the coming of war. "Are you afraid?" Ren Qiang shook his head. "Don't be afraid, as long as you are a human race, you won't be afraid. It's just that I came a little earlier, and I'm not strong enough. I'm just a super god. Under normal circumstances, I can't leave this galaxy and enter the real battlefield." Lin Moyu said, "Tell me, what was the war like?" "I can't see it in the data." He has checked the information, and there are very few specific descriptions of the war in the information. He knew that he didn't have enough authority, and he couldn't see more detailed information. Lin Moyu knows nothing about wars in the big world, and doesn't know if there is any difference from wars in the small world. Ren Qiang said quietly, "I don't know what the war in your small world is like, but the war in the big world is quite cruel. Those truly strong men fought and destroyed the galaxy at every turn. Life stars like us only need one finger in front of the gods. Even the entire galaxy can't help them toss a few times. But that's not the most troublesome." Ren Qiang said everything he knew without reservation. His family has a history of thousands of years, and there have been many true gods who have joined the army and been on real battlefields. In his description, Lin Moyu finally has some understanding of the war in the big world. There are 3 types of wars in the big world. One is border wars. This kind of wars all break out on the borders. The scale is not large and can be regarded as small-scale conflicts. In most cases, the god kings rarely do anything. The second type is war of aggression, in which a certain race invades another race. From the scale of the invasion, it can be divided into partial war and full-scale war. The third is also the cruelest, the genocide war. Once this kind of war breaks out, it will eventually end with the extinction of a certain race. It has surpassed the situation of endless death, but never endless death. Even if it is a bug, it will not stay. The greatest possibility is to destroy the entire galaxy together, and use the most powerful law to plow back and forth several times. In the history of the great world, countless races have been exterminated, and the human race almost encountered this fate. After Ren Qiang finished talking endlessly, his face was still full of worry. "I don't know the scale of the demonic invasion this time, whether it is a full-scale war or a situational war. There are also demons who are best at sneaking and hiding. They are likely to bypass the frontline battlefield and come to the rear to slaughter. But fortunately, there are people monitoring the internet. 2 powerful demons can't get in, and the only ones that come in are some demons in the super god realm." Lin Moyu understands why Renwang network requires that all supernatural realms be in this galaxy, and they are not allowed to go out. The main reason is to prevent the demons from making surprise attacks. "I didn't expect to fight against demons in the small world, but in the big world, the opponent is still the big world." Lin Moyu felt a little funny. The arrangement of fate is so wonderful. He seems to be born to fight against the demons. It's not that he hasn't killed the demons of the big world. If they dare to come this time, they will kill them, and kill them happily. Lin Moyu patted Ren Qiang. "Don't worry, worrying is useless. I don't dare to say anything else. If it's just a demon from the supernatural realm, nothing will happen to Galaxy 98. Lin Moyu's words are very confident. He dares to say that he is invincible under the true God. And this kind of invincibility, the true invincibility, cannot be made up for by numbers. Come and kill as many as you want." Lin Moyu's words also gave Ren Qiang confidence, and he looked better and saw a lot. He knows how strong Lin Moyu is. As long as it is not the arrival of a demon from the realm of God, there is really no need to worry. The two left the mission room and came outside the mission center. There were a lot of people in the originally empty square. The human sovereign network of Suzaku Starfield was temporarily closed, the mission system was temporarily closed, and without the human sovereign network, the trading center had to be closed. The cultivators left the mission center and trading center and gathered in the square, waiting for the next order. The war is about to start, and no one knows how wide the war will be and how many galaxies will be involved. Galaxy 98 is just 400 light-years away from the frontier. It seems very far away, but in fact, 400 light-years is very close for a strong person like the God Venerable. Even if it is a God King, 400 light-years is not too far away with a God King-level flying device. The possibility of the flames of war burning over is not impossible. Everyone has serious faces and is very nervous. A black cloud flew in the sky, and a huge wire swept over. A battleship flew over and stopped at the Minister of the Starry Sky. The battleships did not enter Star 98-1, just because they were too big. Even if they were parked in the starry sky, they could still be seen clearly. The God-class warships of the human race. Ren Qiang murmured, all the God-class warships have been dispatched. It seems that the scale of the opponent's invasion is not small. The heart that had just been let go suddenly lifted up again. There were discussions all around, and Lin Moyu probably knew from the discussions that the battleship parked in the starry sky was a God-class warship of the human race, and its combat power was extremely powerful. Even the warships of the God King were dispatched at 1.1, which shows that the scale of this war will not be too small. All true gods and God Kings obey orders and enter the battleship according to the instructions. The loud voice resounded through the stars and reached everyone's ears. A warship then descended, really entered the range of the stars, and stopped in midair. The majesty became stronger. Lin Moyu felt the taste of suffocation. The battleship is thousands of kilometers long, like a prehistoric beast, staying in midair. The true gods and God Kings present flew into the battleship one after another. Galaxy number 98 is a low-level galaxy, and there are still some true gods, but there are not many God Kings. With all the true gods and God Kings, the battleship quickly lifted off, and then disappeared like a bubble before everyone's eyes. Lin Moyu felt the breath of the law of space, and the battleship used the law of space to leave directly through the space. Let Lin Moyu look at the Terran battleship with admiration again. The battleship took the true god and the king of gods to the battlefield. The super gods are still waiting for other orders. First the God Venerable fell, and then the God King class warship was dispatched. The scale of this war was not small. When the war comes, even super gods who are not as good as cannon fodder will have their own battlefields. Soon, a new order was issued. All practitioners of the super god realm, go to guard outside the galaxy to prevent the demons from sneaking in. The Renwang network has been opened, everyone obeys the order and must not disobey it, otherwise they will be punished. This order is not only for Galaxy 98 where Lin Moyu is located, but all nearby galaxies have received this order. The super gods took off into the sky one after another, quickly left the star where they were, and went to guard the outer edge of the galaxy. Ren Qiang said in a low voice, as I said just now, there is a branch of the demon family that has a very powerful ability to hide. Even if people monitor the internet, there is no guarantee that there will be no cure. It once happened that the demon clan secretly sneaked into the galaxy of life and carried out massacre. Lin Moyu thought of the black gadfly before, and sneaked in without a sound. Even Lin Moyu wondered if there were other races ordering the black gadfly to do such things. It is very unwise to use the strength of the blackfly tribe to sin against the human tribe, and there may be other conspiracy behind it. If the matter of the Black Fly tribe is connected with the current invasion of the demon tribe, Lin Moyu can't help but have a new idea. Could it be an experiment? He pondered, the infiltration incident of the Black Fly clan was most likely an experiment of the demon clan. Perhaps they are testing whether they can avoid the surveillance of Renwang network and sneak in smoothly. The war was launched only after it was determined feasible. The more I get up, the more I feel that there is such a possibility. Ren Qiang saw that his complexion had become unsightly, and hurriedly asked, what's wrong with you? Lin Moyu shook his head, it's nothing, I thought of something, please don't talk, let me think about it. Oh. Ren Qiang immediately closed his mouth and didn't make any more noise. Tens of thousands of super gods flew silently in the starry sky, and quickly headed to the edge of the galaxy. After thinking about it, Lin Moyu felt that the possibility of what he thought was very high. Immediately communicated with Renwang network and sent a message to Zhuqian. He recounted his thoughts and guesses. The Renwang network is temporarily closed and cannot be accessed. Can send some information or no problem. Lin Moyu has Zhuqian's contact information, but he is not sure whether Zhuqian can see the message he sent. It can be imagined that the battle is about to start. Zhuqian, as the domain master, must be very busy. Maybe he has already gone to the battlefield in person. After all, he is the strongest person in the Suzaku starfield. Shortly after Lin Moyu sent the message, Dang even heard back. Zhuqian's answer was very simple, only 3 words, got it. From these 3 words, Lin Moyu heard his solemnity. Obviously he did not ignore it. Lin Moyu breathed a sigh of relief, no matter what, as long as Zhuqian received it. The rest is out of your control. Lin Moyu asked, tell me more about the situation in the demon clan. Ren Qiang thought for a while, actually, I don't know much about the demon clan. The ancestors of the family once joined the army and had some dealings with demons. The information is left by those ancestors. There are countless branches in the demon family, and there are countless kinds of demons, but they can be divided into 2 factions because of their bodies. One is a demon from the Hell faction, and the other is a demon from the Abyss faction. It is said that the demons of the Hell faction are simple and rude, and they like to face everything positively. Abyss-type demons are feminine and weird, and they prefer to do things secretly. But no matter what, these 2 series of demons are cruel and bloodthirsty. Many races in the big world were destroyed by the demons. There have been many battles between our human race and the demon race. There are victories and defeats, but in most cases, our human race wins. Quote, Lin Moyu listened to Ren Qiang's explanation, which was roughly the same as what Lilian said. Hell-type demons and Abyss-type demons are like the yin and yang sides of a race, and their personalities are also different. Usually these 2 lines of demons interfere with each other, but once they make a move, often the 2 lines of demons will do it together. Demons who are good at stealth and stealth belong to the Abyss system. Tens of thousands of practitioners in the supernatural realm came to the edge of the galaxy. Although there are many people, the galaxy is huge, and these people gathered together inconspicuous. The orders from Renwang network were issued one by one, and the cultivators scattered, separated by thousands of kilometers, and everyone guarded their own area. After everyone was in place, the galaxy lit up with a bang. The whole galaxy is shining, and the breath of law appears. The Temple of War god flew out of the galaxy, came to the galaxy, and stood on it like a fortress. Lin Moyu recognized that the light in the galaxy comes from the Temple of War. The 5th tone came, it is the star array of the Temple of War, protecting the entire galaxy. Lin Moyu realized why there should be a Temple of War on every galaxy. It's not for admiring the demeanor of the god of war, nor for pure potential evaluation. The existence of the Temple of War has its own meaning. When war comes, the star array in the War God Temple can protect the entire galaxy. At the same time, the Temple of War itself is a powerful war fortress. Although he doesn't know how powerful it is, Lin Moyu believes that 767 will definitely not be bad. I'm really worrying too much. How could the human race not guard against the sneak attack of the demon race? Lin Moyu couldn't help laughing, feeling that he really thought too much. The human race and the demon race have fought to death for countless years, how could they not know the methods of the demon race? Now that we know it, of course there will be a tree method. Under the guard of the Temple of War, the galaxy of life is impenetrable. These super-gods seem to have become dispensable existences instead. Time passed day by day, and the starry sky was extremely quiet. Everyone speculated that the war on the front line might have already started. But at this moment, Renwang's network is closed, and it is difficult for everyone to get corresponding news. As long as Renwang's network is not open for a day, it means that the war has not stopped for a day. After waiting for 4 days, a space distortion suddenly occurred in the starry sky tens of thousands of kilometers away. A small battleship flew out of the space, and then flew tens of thousands of kilometers in an instant, and stopped in front of Lin Moyu. This battleship came very suddenly. The warship is not big, only 100 meters in length. Compared to the warship of the God King class, it is very different. 2 exquisite boxes flew out from the battleship and flew in front of Lin Moyu. The goods have been delivered. Lin Moyu heard a mechanical sound, and then the battleship left in a flash, and disappeared from sight in a blink of an eye.